Good morning, everybody, and my beautiful friends. Today we have a day in the life video of what it's like being a full-time reseller on a stay-at-home day. I just woke up. It is currently 6:30 in the morning. I always wake up early, if you're wondering. I wake up early on my own around like between 5 and 6. So that's why it's so easy for me to wake up. I'm drinking my water. I am going to get my listings done early in the morning. Consistency is so important to me, and when I don't start off my day doing my 20 daily listings, I feel like everything just falls apart behind it. So I am gonna jump on the treadmill, get some steps in, and do my listings right after recording this clip. Just to give you a little heads up of what you can see in the day, today is a Whatnot Show day. Right now, my current schedule this summer, if you guys didn't know, my sister is currently helping me. She is hosting Whatnot shows for me, and she is photographing all of my items for me just this summer because she's a teacher and she's off from school. So my schedule right now is a lot different than it is when I am working alone on my reselling business. But since I've had her help, I figured out a really good schedule that works for me to keep things moving, to keep fresh inventory coming in, more inventory going out. And right now my schedule is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are sourcing days. And sometimes I do 2 days instead of all 3 days, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are usually the days I go sourcing in some capacity. I don't go sourcing ever more than 3 times a week. And sometimes I only go sourcing once a week. It just depends on how I'm feeling, how much inventory I have, and all that stuff. Thursday and Friday are my Whatnot Show days right now. Again, it's summertime, so once my sister stops working for me, I will be hosting Whatnot shows every day. But for now, Thursdays and Fridays are when I actually get on camera and sell my items myself. If you don't know what the Whatnot auction is or what I'm talking about right now, showtimes and all that stuff, Whatnot is a live auction platform where everything you see behind me in these bins, I basically go on camera and sell in a live auction. It is an app, and I do have the download link down in my description if you're interested. If you go through that link, you actually get $15 free to start buying stuff, which is awesome. I remember when I first downloaded the app, I used somebody else's referral link, and my first full order was basically free because of that money. So take advantage of it. It's down in the description below. So 10:30 today is my Whatnot show, and I really like to do most of my heavy reseller work in the beginning of the day before I even get on camera. So once I'm done, I kind of have a little bit of a break. I do a lot of different types of shows. I do plus size shows, I do standard size shows, which means woman's size extra small, all the way up to size extra large. I do men's shows. I have a stack of men's container here. And I also started implementing adding kids items to these shows. Maybe eventually I will have just a kids show, but I do have this box of really great kids items here. Like, look how cute this little, hold on, let me show you because I just can't get over it. This little polo quilted jacket, this will be sold in a Whatnot show. And then yesterday I also found this Disney World Mickey Mouse little, I don't even know, jumpsuit, denim, romper overalls. I don't know what these are called, overalls. They're called overalls. So I started implementing that into my shows too. And each stack of boxes you see me behind me is a category for Whatnot. So this one is a standard woman's size category. Obviously, I look at this and I say, okay, I could probably have a few shows for standard women's clothing because I have so many. I have like over 8 boxes here. This one is the women's plus size show. And believe it or not, last Thursday on my plus size Whatnot show, I actually sold out of all of this stuff. So this row was completely empty. And within the week, I've already sourced enough to have another 100-piece item show. I've got my men's stuff here and then some bulkier jackets. I'm trying to figure out how to sell on Whatnot right now just because I do like a discounted shipping show, and those aren't going to work for that. So that's what you're seeing behind me if you're curious. And when I get home from a thrifting trip, like yesterday I went to the bins, the day before that I just went to standard Goodwill. And what I do is I literally bring everything onto my table, which it's off camera. I throw it on the table and then I de-tag everything and I just put it into boxes based on what the items were bought for. Okay, so to give you a little outline on the schedule today, I'm not going to give you the order I'm going to do things. I'm just going to tell you in my mind what I know and what I want to get done today. So listings, while I do my listings, I always walk. I really want to hit 15K steps today because I've been so low on my steps recently. Like ever since 4th of July, I've just been off. It's been so busy. So no excuses today. We are going to hit 15,000 steps. I have laundry going right now from the bins, so I want to keep that going and get that also organized into these totes because most of that stuff is going to go into a whatnot show. I also want to do about an hour of inventory auditing. Through that window is where I keep all of my storage and all my inventory, and I've been really pushing to finish auditing my inventory and clearing out older items and making sure titles are right for things. So I want to put an hour into that. Quite honestly, I really want to just get the inventory audit done, but Poshmark flagged my account for delisting too many items, which is super frustrating. So I'm trying to just do small amounts every day instead of sitting out there for hours and hours clearing out everything that needs to get cleared out. Low-key, I also really miss going live on Whatnot every single day of the week. So I woke up super excited that I have a show this morning. I love my show days. And I also am like, should I be having 2 shows? Could I manage to do 2 shows today somehow? And I think I could. So that is kind of, we'll see how things play out. If I did one, it would be a pop-up show. I wouldn't really announce it. I would do random pulls from my storage unit. So who knows? We'll see how that plays out. But other than that, it's basically a very chill day. My Thursdays and Fridays, I like to keep a little bit slower. Yesterday was a very long day because I spent most of the day sourcing, and then I organized all the stuff I sourced, and then I had a lot of cleaning to do, and then I only did 10 listings instead of my standard 20 list. It was just a very busy day yesterday, so I am excited to have like a little bit of a chiller day. Anywho, I'm gonna head upstairs and start doing my daily listings. It usually takes about an hour to do all of my listings, which is incredible. It's so fast. By the way, I use Nifty. It's an automation tool. I have a free trial for that linked at the very top of the description page.
Reality check. I did not get done 20 daily listings today. I only finished 8 of them before things just took a turn, which is totally okay. This is just the reality of being a full-time reseller where life comes up and things go unexpectedly. And after listening to that first clip in this video, I realized I also didn't do my inventory audit, but that's life. We have tomorrow to get that done.
Okay, so I forgot to sync the photos in my shared library to get onto my computer because I have a Mac. So that's currently syncing, which is taking a while. So I kind of put a pause on my listings. If anybody is wondering, the process of having my sister take pictures or even having myself take pictures and getting them onto my computer. For my sister, we used a shared library. We use a second iPhone just so I'm able to still use my iPhone for work things. She uses this iPhone. They get uploaded to a shared library. And then because I have a Mac, all of my photos automatically get uploaded once they're synced. Another tip, I do all of my listings on my laptop while I'm on my desk. I find it much easier to use a keyboard rather than using my phone. If you are one who really wants to start listing on their computer, but you don't have a Mac and you don't know how to get your photos from your iPhone to your computer or your Android to your computer, I have a tip for you. What you're gonna wanna do is take all of your photos in the Poshmark app. So you like open up the Poshmark app, there's a little circle at the bottom that says add new photo or whatever. You click that and you take all your photos in the app itself and then press the X button in the top right corner and it will ask you, do you wanna save this draft or do you wanna cancel it? You wanna save the draft, and then from there, the draft, you'll be able to go on Poshmark.com on your laptop or computer, and there is a button to see the drafts that you created, and you can start listing from the drafts that you saved from your phone. It is an amazing process, and it's such a little life hack. That's the process I used to use before I got a Mac computer. The only thing to keep in mind when you're doing that is I think you're only allowed to have 50 drafts at a time, which is not really that much for somebody on my scale. I have I think I just uploaded 800 photos. So keep that in mind when you're doing it. You do have to keep kind of like a revolving door of if you're gonna take photos, you have to also list the photos because you can only have 50 items at a time. So while I wait for my photos to sync, I'm gonna make some coffee. Oh, another thing I wanted to talk about, I briefly mentioned downstairs, is that I'm doing laundry today for Mellowstate. And I get a lot of questions. Do you launder items? Do you steam your items? How do you clean them? Do you get stuff that like the thrift store smell is still on them? Well, first of all, I don't pick up things. If something has a smell on it, I don't care how good of an item it is. Well, that's not true. I do have a limit where I'm like, okay, I'll launder it because it smells. Like if it's like a designer item. But for most of this stuff I come across, if it smells, I don't pick it up. Like for example, this is a perfect example. If you follow me on Facebook, you saw I got this really cute Disney Minnie Mouse. I'll put a picture of it up from the bins. It's like a little shoulder purse, travel purse, whatever. And I'm going to Disney, so I was like, oh my gosh, I can use this for myself. I got it home and I realized that it smelled. That thing went straight into the trash can. It smelled like straight smoke and I could not deal with it. So I try not to pick stuff up like that because I'm not gonna deal with it. I just don't have time for it. At the bins, it is a little harder. I do understand that. I got home yesterday with my haul, and as I was sorting it, I realized there was probably, I don't know, 20 items. There was a few that I knew had stains, and I knew after the bins, I always do a load of laundry, at least one load of laundry. You can't get away from not doing any laundry after going to the bins, especially like stuff I pick up for myself. I'll just throw it into one load. So I probably had about 20 pieces that needed stain treatment. I even found Hoka sneakers that I was like, well, I'll pick them up and just throw them into this load. But no, other than bins shopping, I do not launder any of my items. The bins though, Goodwill Outlet is very niche because of how you're actually sorting the clothing. Of course, everything I say, there are exceptions to. So if I pick up an item and I get it home and I'm going to photograph it and then I realize there is a stain on it, I have a laundry basket set aside in my office where I just throw that stained item, and once the basket gets full enough, then I'll throw it into the wash. If I throw it into the wash and the stain does not come out, depending on the return on investment I can get for that piece, even being flawed, sometimes I will list the item still, stain and all, and other times I will just donate it. So to answer your question, if I launder the items I bring home from the thrift store, no, but also yes. The majority of them is a no though. Okay, so there were quite a few changes to the plan. I only did 10 of my daily listings, and then I ate breakfast with Dan, and I did editing. I filmed a reel and I edited that reel, my top 6 whatnot tips for sellers. And it's actually like a 5-minute video. It's pretty long. I just did a bunch of random stuff. I didn't actually finish my daily listings, which, like I said, threw me off for today. I don't like when my schedule gets messed up like that, but things were happening with the automation tool and just a bunch of stuff was happening this morning. So I will have to go back at some point today and finish my 10 remaining daily listings, which is fine. But I am getting ready for the day now. I do have that 10:30 whatnot show. And I obviously work from home, but I use the time I go live on Whatnot to try to get dressed up a little bit. So I have this top from Old Navy. It's been sitting in my closet for probably over a month now. I just got it brand new and I absolutely love it. And then this is a pair of Madewell jeans. These are the curvy kick-out Madewell jeans in black. I love these too. I forget where I picked these up from, but I was like, oh no, these aren't gonna fit me. There's no way they'll fit me. And then I tried them on and they fit me like a freaking dream. So that's so fun. It's so weird, you guys, when you're on a weight loss journey, how quickly your body can change. Well, actually, it feels like it takes a while to change, but it's so weird because my mind is still stuck in the size I used to be. And now I'm fitting into these like teeny tiny sizes I never thought I would fit into. So I really like my outfit today. I think it's so simple. I'll put in little gold hoops too. I'm just going to keep my hair like this. It's not the most fabulous thing in the world, but it will work. So anyway, I'm ready for the day. It's almost 10 o'clock. A lot of time has gone past since I last gave you guys an update. We are going to, I don't really have much to do before my Whatnot show. Everything is already prepped. You saw this morning the boxes. All I have to do is unstack those boxes and turn on my light and I'm basically good to go. I will say I'm trying this new thing with my Whatnot shipping. So if you guys follow me on Whatnot, I do discounted shipping. Essentially 7 items that you buy from me can be bundled for $9.21 shipping. But I have a bunch of really, really bulky items that I want to sell, and the bulky items aren't going to work in that shipping setting. So I added a new shipping profile to my Whatnot shows for bulky items only. And then, so this is what it is. Let me give you a breakdown. I'm going to tell you the exact shipping profiles and settings I have set up for this show in case you're curious. I have two shipping profiles for this show. My first shipping profile is for my random pools, and that's the 7 items shipped for $9.21. I have that shipping profile set up to be 8 to 11 ounces in weight and max 7 items bundled together. For my second shipping profile, it's for my bulky items, and I have that set up to 2.5 pounds per item and max 2 items shipped together. For my shipping settings for the show, anything under a pound gets put out Ground Advantage automatically. That's not be able to be switched through Whatnot. It's just what they have. But 1 to 5 pounds I have set as priority, and 5 pounds and over is also set at priority. So what I'll have to do, fingers crossed this works how I expect it to work. What I'm going to have to do is, after the show finishes, I will have to make the random pools a 7 for $9.21 shipping. I'll edit those to go into flat rate boxes. And for my bulky items, I will put those into just priority mail. That's how I'm thinking it's supposed to work. Hopefully it does actually work that way, because usually for my random pool shows, I just do a one pool. I just do one, what am I trying to say? For my random pool shows, I usually just have one listing with multiple quantities that I run over and over again. And then I do flat rate shipping for those shows, so I don't have to worry about editing it afterwards. It automatically is flat rate. I just have to pick the type of box it goes in flat rate. But for this show, I'm going to have to make sure the bulky items go separate and they don't get combined with the flat rate shipping, which Whatnot should automatically figure that out on the back end. But I'm always scared. Ever since I made that really big mistake with the shipping profiles, I'm like always super hesitant and scared to try new things. So we'll see. I might have to pay a little bit of shipping for these shows, but fingers crossed it goes as I expect. This morning did not go as expected, which is fine. Thursdays and Fridays are definitely my more relaxed days. I kind of work a little bit more slowly throughout the day than I do on my sourcing days, which is really nice to just kind of enjoy the fact that I work for myself and do what I want to do. I never removed my bins shopping wedding ring yesterday, so I have to put my actual wedding ring back on, which I highly recommend never wearing any type of jewelry to the bins. So yeah, that's a little bit of an update. Sometimes it's chaotic, and no matter how much I plan for the day to go smoothly, things just come up and it gets off railed, but that doesn't mean I still can't get everything done I want to get done. I'm really excited to go live on this show, and after I'm done the show, I'll be doing the shipping, and then we'll see what the rest of the day holds. I'm trying to be productive before my show because at this point it's just a waiting game. So I figured I'd show you a few of the items I picked up from the bins the other day that I threw into the laundry. The first one, I actually didn't even see that this had stains on until I got it home. It's this vintage Victoria's Secret little slip dress. It's so beautiful. I picked up that. And then I found this North Face fuzzy jacket. I just threw in the wash because I feel like these fuzzy ones always hide a little bit of grime, so I always wash these when I get them. This is a girl size extra large. And then I was lucky enough to find this Marmot woman's jacket. It's like a little micro puffer jacket. I actually don't know if this is down. Marmot is a great brand, and I'd be surprised if it wasn't some type of down fill. This is a woman's size large. Oh no, it's just polyester fill. But this is actually going to probably go into the show I'm hosting today. I picked up this Athleta top that will go into one of my shows. And then this was a really good find. This is a Anthropologie brand of Vec. I'm gonna butcher this. Avec Les Feels. I don't know, it's like this corduroy green crop jacket. This will go into my show today. Another North Face, this one's a men's. This will go into obviously a men's show. And then I was super excited about this find. I found this in one of the bins that had already been turned over a few times. It is a vintage Patagonia woman's soft shell windbreaker with the hood. This will obviously go into one of my shows. Now, I know I'm not the only one, but sometimes if I'm feeling lazy in my reselling stuff, like I just don't want to do like listing, or I don't want to go outside and do my inventory audit, I will find literally any excuse to not do that. Like today, I am just feeling I don't think I'm feeling lazy. I'm just feeling unmotivated. Like I'm happy to get other stuff done in the house, but as far as like going outside to do that audit, I just don't really feel like it. All I want to do today is my whatnot show. So I'm going to go ahead and throw in personal laundry, get our own laundry going for the day, because we need to do laundry so badly. Also, I picked up like 6 new pieces from the bins for myself, so those all have to get washed. And I think I'm going to clean up our kitchen, empty the dishwasher, just like house chores until my whatnot show starts. Okay, so I finished my whatnot show and it's currently 12:30. My whatnot show was like an hour and 50 minutes long. It went so well, and now we are at McDonald's getting the snack wrap because it's such a childhood memory. We always used to get snack wraps every Wednesday night going to church, and then they took them away and now they're back. So I was gonna package up the sales, but I kind of stopped what I was doing and we got in the car to come here. But once I'm home, I will package those sales up and probably sit for a little bit. I still want to do my inventory audit today. I don't know, we'll see. Chill vibes today. So this is the aftermath of the whatnot show. I was live for 1.5 hours. I sold 100 items on the dot. I actually sold out of everything except one item. And I'm super happy with how the show went. I hit over $1,000 in sales for less than 2 hours is fabulous. And I have a really low cost of goods. So I made around $800 in that 2 hours. And then I'm gonna ship this, which will take about 30 minutes. And there's really not much setup time for this. I'd say like 30 minutes into each show to consider the sourcing that I do way beforehand. I am here printing out the labels, and it looked like everything went according to plan. So doing the bulky items that I sold in a different shipping profile worked out perfectly. Most people who bought a bulky item from me, which was a 2.5 pound item, bought two of those bulky items to kind of max out the shipping. So they were able to get 2.5 pound items for $9.21, which is great. And it didn't affect the other shipping profile that I had in play, which was 7 items shipped for $9.21. And that shipping profile, the weight of each item is set to 8 to 11 ounces. So this is very exciting news because now I can run bulky jackets I may pick up in my current shows. I just have to make sure it's very clear that those items aren't counted in the 7 items for $9.21 shipping. So yay, I'm almost done prepping the labels. This does take a little bit longer than normal because now I have different type of shipping profiles, but it's been like 8 minutes, so it really doesn't take that long to prep them. And this is the screen that you get put to when you go on to Whatnot Shipping to ship the orders. This is what it looks like. And under each user, you can see exactly the items they bought. I have so many people asking, how do you know who bought what? And this is how. You basically get an invoice for each person. It shows how much they spent, the total weight of the item, and then it even has the dimensions here. If you click this little arrow right here, it will bring up an edit shipment option where you can change it to flat rate. Sometimes there is a charge to do this, so just be aware of that. But for 8-ounce items, this was an 8-ounce item, you are able to upgrade it to a 15-ounce free of charge. So I always do that for my 11-ounce items just to give a little bit of wiggle room in case the item's a little bit heavier. And of course, if it's over 15 ounces, then I do have to pay the extra shipping for that item. I literally just doom scrolled on my phone for over an hour. I have to get to shipping. Okay, let's go. This is for real this time. We're gonna ship now. I just finished shipping all of those packages. You guys, I got so distracted before coming down here. I was on TikTok for way too long. And I didn't realize that I had a show already scheduled for 2:30. I was like going back and forth with the idea of doing one, but I thought it was going to be a pop-up, which essentially means I schedule a show right before going live and then just run things. But I already had one scheduled and I started shipping at like 2 o'clock. So I pushed a show back to 4 o'clock. And this is a perfect example of what not to do as a Whatnot seller. You don't want to schedule a show and then change your show times. I feel like it really messes with the algorithm, and I wouldn't be surprised if Whatnot was like, kind of like a slap on the hand, like you did something bad. So I am gonna have a show today, a second show today, last minute. It's gonna start at 4 o'clock. So I also post what I eat in a day videos on Facebook and TikTok on Mellowstate.tries. And today I made this new recipe a few days ago and we've been eating it. Well, I've mainly been eating it, but I wanted to share what it was really quick because it's so good. So I do 1 serving of non-fat, fat-free, whatever, Greek yogurt, which is like 170 grams. Then I do 7 grams of Lily's salted caramel chocolate chips. And then I do 9 grams of Catalina Crunch. It's like cinnamon toast or honey crunch. I forget which one we have right now. 9 grams of that crushed up and put on top. And then I use a half a banana. This was around 60 grams of banana. Dan and I split one because we got a Walmart pickup order and the bananas are literally this big. So they're too big for me to eat by myself. But I put that on the stove in a pan with sugar-free Truvia brown sugar. And it gets all warm and melty and delicious. And oh, and I mix sugar-free Torani syrup into the yogurt to sweeten it because otherwise it's really tart. You have to sweeten the Greek yogurt in some way. Sometimes I use protein powder, but today I did sugar-free syrup. And I did a little sprinkle of flaky sea salt on the top. You guys, it tastes like a warm banana pudding bread. I don't even know how to explain it. It's so good. It's got the crunchy element and the chocolate element. And then obviously the banana. I highly recommend trying it. And it's like under, I don't know, under 250 calories, I think. So low calorie, sweet treat for the win. All right, you guys, I'm actually live on Whatnot right now. Whatnot is currently broken, so I'm doing a question and answer. I've been live for 17 minutes and haven't run a single item, but we are here. Question and answer with the chat. There they are. Yay! Just hanging out for a little bit. Just hanging out. We're gonna see, give it like 10 more minutes to see if it actually starts working, and if it doesn't, then we'll only do one Whatnot show today, but that's okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, Whatnot is so broken right now. I was live for 40 minutes hanging out, doing basically a reseller question and answer on there, which was so fun. But it's almost 5 o'clock at this point and I am exhausted. So I am going to change into some comfy clothes, probably leggings, and edit this video that you're watching right now. I did do a lot of a lot of social media and content creating stuff throughout the day that I didn't really show just because I don't know how to show that. But I'm gonna end the night with doing a little bit more of that. And although this day didn't go even close to how I planned it going, it was really fun. I love getting to talk to you guys. It always puts a smile on my face. I am going to end the day on my computer. I'll probably edit for an hour and then I am just gonna take the rest of the night off. If you like these videos, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I just hit 5,000 followers here on YouTube this morning. I am so grateful. It's so fun growing this new community over here. It takes a lot of work putting these videos together. So any support and engagement you give, I will gladly accept with open arms. I will catch you in the next one. Smooches.